Hey everyone, you are listening to episode 9 of the Comics and Whatnot podcast, My Hero Academia World Heroes Mission Review. Hey, what's up everybody? Or should I say, what's up UA students? Welcome. Bro, I didn't even introduce you yet. Hold on. Welcome back to another episode of the Comics and Whatnot podcast, where us geeks take some time out of our busy lives to talk all things relating to pop culture and comics. I am your super cool host, Bree here, back for episode 9. And actually, guys, it's not just me this week, as you heard. We have another special guest on with us this time. So let me introduce you to not just my brother, and not just my twin brother, but my super cool, awesome twin brother, Josh. What's going on, Josh? How you doing? How do you feel about being on the show today?
Well, I mean, after that huge introduction, I don't know if I can live up to the hype, but, I'm doing pretty good, I'm glad to be here, talk some, anime and stuff like that,
Yeah, I'm glad you're here. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun. I'm very glad you're here as well, especially for this week because, as you guys may have already guessed, today we are talking all things about My Hero Academia's newest movie, and one of the only anime films that came out last year, pretty much, right? Like, I can't really think of anything else besides...
nothing else that we were interested in.
Yeah, yeah, really. That's really it. So, but yeah, which is none other than World Heroes Mission. So that's going to be awesome. And this is actually our first anime-related review that we're having on the show. So, you know what? I think that deserves a little round of applause. Let's give it up for the first one. Oh, yeah, that's going to be awesome. Yep, so it's going to be super fun. So, but before we get to all of that good stuff, what we usually do here on the show, Josh, is we have a weekly comic update to cover for this week, which we haven't had for the past couple episodes, so we're going to get back to it today. So, you know what? Let's get this show on the road with our weekly...
Before you start, I just want to point out, I think it's hilarious. Since last episode, you had her father on here to talk comics, and now you're having me on to talk anime, so, it's like you're switching roads, Dad's the comic guy, I'm the anime guy, you're just gonna switch between the two.
And who knows, you might be coming back for another one. I might talk you into another one
Who knows?
I'm hoping so.
I'd be happy to.
Oh, thank you, that's very kind. Well, you know what? Let's kick off our weekly comic update for this week, Josh. Okay, so the first thing up on the list to talk about for the update, which, this isn't really news because everybody's kind of known this for a while, but this is just me trying to catch up. But we all know that Hawkeye has finally finished its 6 episodes. So, okay, I know that I watched it, but the real question is, have you watched it? I'm a little scared to see what you're going to say, but...
Listen, I told you already, I am not the comic/superhero guy.
But it's Hawkeye,
I've only literally seen, the first 2 episodes. That's it.
Okay.
I haven't seen anything else.
Okay. Well, I mean, the last time I talked about Hawkeye on the show, I had also only seen the first 2 episodes, and it has gotten better from that, I'll admit, and, not to spoil anything, but, if we're putting it in rank between all of the other, Disney Plus Marvel shows that have been on Disney Plus, to me, Hawkeye is kind of towards the bottom. Yikes. It's not terrible. It's not bad. It just wasn't all that for me, you know what I'm saying? It was okay. I mean, there are certainly parts that excited me, for those of you who've actually watched the show, you know what I'm talking about, but otherwise, it was alright. It was pretty good.
So, would you put it above, Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Oh, no.
No?
No,
okay.
Not even, no.
How about WandaVision?
Okay, so I know you didn't like WandaVision, but I actually did like the parts that we watched of WandaVision.
Wow. Okay.
I didn't finish the whole show, but the parts that I did watch of it, I liked. It wasn't bad for me. I know you just didn't like it.
Yeah, I thought that show was bugging.
It wasn't bugging. It was good, alright?
Alright.
But, yeah, I don't think, I mean, okay, if you split it up, for the end of Hawkeye, I would put it above WandaVision, the ending part, just because of, what happens at the end a little bit. But overall, probably not.
Okay, alright.
Yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah.
But Hawkeye was pretty good, so that's done. And, I would at least recommend that you take a look at it. I mean, come on. You've watched all the other shows.
You're right. I need to. I need to get on top of that.
Yeah. But it's good. It was good. So we'll probably just do a review on that soon. I don't know when, but, in the future. Okay, so what you have been watching, actually, surprisingly, over this, is actually Book of Boba Fett. And that has its first 2 episodes out. So I think it's been pretty good, Book of Boba Fett. So, what would you say? Like, what do you think of it so far? Even in its beginning,
of course, you like it. You're like the biggest Star Wars fan
I know.
Star
Wars is great.
But I'm not much of a Star Wars guy, so it doesn't really have that special connection for me.
That's very sad.
Come on.
That's very sad.
Listen,
I'm sorry.
But I don't think it's bad. I actually think it's pretty good, honestly. Just as a show overall. I would keep watching it. It's not like I'm going to stop, but I think it's pretty good. Yeah.
That's good news. Yeah. I'm really excited to see where they take it.
Same.
I hope that this is not too much to request to see out of the show, but I really want to see a Jedi come out of it. Like, we already got that from The Mandalorian, but still, like, I would like to see like a Jedi show up. I don't really want it to be Luke, because we already saw him in The Mandalorian, but, a Jedi, that's my request.
What, other Jedis are even alive at this time?
I mean, there's Ahsoka, but we already saw her, too.
Okay. You probably want to see
Ezra,
her,
but we're going to see
you want to see Ezra.
No, but Ezra's coming in the Ahsoka show, so he's not... I don't see how they would do that, but, I mean, hey, that counts. Right. Yeah.
Guess we'll have to wait and see,
Yeah, and I guess technically Leia counts, because she's supposed to be a Jedi now, so I don't know how they would do that, but... Yeah, but that has been good, too. But, yeah, and also relating to our little MHA topic today, we did pick up the newest volume of the Vigilantes manga series, Volume 11, and that's definitely perfect to talk about for today. But for those of you who aren't familiar with the Vigilantes manga series, it's pretty much just a precursor to the mainstream My Hero Academia show. It's really good. It takes place a few years beforehand, and I'm really liking it. But for the new volume, I haven't really started reading it yet, but I'm just, I took a couple pages just to look at it, and it's really exciting, the stuff that's been happening. It's really picking up right now. So.
You know what? I'm very disappointed. Listen.
What?
When I pick up a manga, especially a masterpiece like Vigilantes,
yes,
I have to read the whole thing through. There's no way I'm stopping 4 pages in. Right when things are especially interesting, okay? I thought you knew this.
No, I did, but I had just gotten it, and I don't know, I was gonna eat dinner or something. I just wanted to take a little look. You have to take a little look-see. I mean, come on. Just a little bit.
I've been waiting for you to finish it so that I can read it.
Hey, man, but you know what? I'm not stopping you. I don't know, you could just, you could just take it. It's been sitting there for a week, so... But it came out a surprise. I feel like when I got it, I think it had already been sitting there, when I went to the store, I was like, oh, it's here, finally, but I think it had been there for a while. I'm not gonna lie. So, I mean, this is probably not new to the people who read it anyway, but, yeah, it's really good. So, I definitely plan on doing some episodes for the Vigilantes manga series in the future, so that's gonna be really cool. But I really don't think a lot of people talk about it as much as it should be talked about. It needs more recognition, because it's really good.
Yeah.
People talk about My Hero Academia, but nobody knows about this manga series.
Because, a lot more people pay more attention to animes than manga.
I know, yeah.
I'm not saying that, manga doesn't have its own, little fan base. A lot of people do read manga, for sure.
Yeah.
But if they were to come up with a Vigilantes anime... and say, just even reference that it's related to My Hero, I'm sure the fan base would just explode.
People would just tackle that.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
I'd be one of them.
Yeah, I hope they do that. And if anything, if they never make a manga series if they never make an anime out of Vigilantes, I hope that they just maybe bring some, cameos into the mainstream show of just older versions of the people from the manga series. That would be enough for me. That'd be good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but it's really good, so... But... Other than, manga and the Book of Boba Fett and all that other stuff, I know you're the main anime watcher in the house now, which is really sad, because I used to be, but we're not going to talk about that, okay? That's in the past,
You were, for 2 seconds, and that was ages ago.
I would say more than 2 seconds. A couple months. Give me some credit. Come on.
As soon as you got me involved, it was over, though. Honestly.
Yeah, that's true. You kind of just taken off. I don't even know what you've seen anymore. So, what are you currently watching? What animes are you watching right now?
Okay, so I have a whole bunch on my list, but as of recently, today I actually just finished Dr. Stone for what's out right now. I just finished the season 2.
There's only 2 seasons, you said, right?
Yeah. Okay. And apparently I think they're planning on making a 3rd season, which I would definitely watch.
Do you know when that's happening?
I have no idea. I literally just looked it up on Google and just saw it was confirmed. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, so, I'm excited about that. It was actually pretty good. It was, like, it's one of those, it's not, like, serious or anything. Like, don't expect some, like, really serious plot. It's not, like, violence or anything. Like,
the plot's not serious?
Well, the plot is serious. Don't get me wrong. It's just, like, it's kind of like My Hero, where it has its, like, goofy moments, you know, where it's, like, comical, like, facial expressions can be, like, exaggerated and stuff. But at times there are like fights and stuff. So I don't know. If you like the kind of style My Hero's in, then I wouldn't. I would recommend giving it a second look. I would recommend that. Yeah,
that's cool.
And I also today, right after I finished that, I was in an anime mood today. I just I just started watching this new anime that came out called Blue Period.
Really?
Yeah,
what's that about?
It's a smaller one. It's actually newer. I think it came. I don't know if it's still releasing episodes, but at the time,
find these animes? Like I've never even heard of that.
Well, I have my connections. Okay, I have my boys. My boys hook me up. Yeah. Basically, it's just about this kid who's like part of this group of delinquents in college, and he just discovers art, you know, and he likes art.
Oh.
It's like one of those slice of life ones. You know?
Okay.
You wouldn't like it, you know.
Oh.
You wouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah, I already know.
I still haven't finished Your Lie in April, so we're not gonna...
Yeah. That's such a travesty.
Yeah,
My
but you know what?
goodness.
I saw somebody online, they were talking about, like, really sad animes, and I saw somebody mention that. I was like, how sad can that be? Because when I was watching it, it didn't hit me like that.
I don't consider myself an emotional guy when it comes to watching stuff, okay? If I watch an anime, right, somebody dies, like, alright, it hit me diff, but you know what? It's okay.
Yeah.
But, like, Your Lie in April, man. I'm not gonna spoil anything, you know. I'm not gonna say anything, but, man, that hit me harder than anything I've ever watched before. I'm not kidding.
Harder than anything?
I am not kidding. It was a Friday night. I was just chilling. I was binging that show. I stayed up till, like, 2 a.m. watching the end of that, and, man.
Wow.
That just hit different, man. Listen, it's not going to hit different for you anymore because you haven't...
Stopped watching it for
last
like
time you
half a year.
It was like 2 months ago, like 3 months ago during the summer or whatever.
Yeah.
But, you know, I really like it, and...
but, like, you saying that, it makes you want to watch it again?
Yeah, you'll just stop in between, so it's not even worth it.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll have the same effect at this point.
Yeah.
But that's cool, though.
Unless we start over.
How many episodes are there? 20-something?
It's 20-something, yeah. 24.
That's discouraging.
I mean,
starting over.
Listen,
I'm halfway in.
Season 1 of Dr. Stone was like 25 episodes, and I watched that in less than a week.
Wow.
Actually, like less than 4 days.
Props, though.
Yeah.
4 days, bro.
Yeah, so, you know, you can do it for
crazy.
sure.
Well, for Dr. Stone, I have a little bit more something to say about that because I actually bought the first volume of that, but it's kind of just been sitting there for, like, whenever Free Comic Book Day was. That was months ago. So, I really don't
That's
know.
what encouraged me to watch it, because you bought the manga. I was like, I'll check it out.
I did start that for you.
I mean, it was on the list anyway,
wow.
but it kind of just put it up to number 1.
Yeah, I think I get some points for that, so.
Yeah, whatever.
But I'm glad you're liking Dr. Stone. Well, you finished Dr. Stone so far.
Yes.
And you're liking Blue Period, the new one. So
yeah,
that's cool.
Sure, yes.
Nice.
I know a lot of people are looking forward to Attack on Titan.
There's a new season coming up for that?
Yes, actually, tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yes.
That
I'm pretty sure the first episode of the very last season of the show is coming out tomorrow. And some really big stuff is going down. Well, like, they release it in parts. Like, they've been saying the final season for, like, the whole entirety of the last season, which was, like, 12 episodes or something? I don't know. But they call it, like, Season 4 Part 1 or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And then they release Season 4 Part 2.
Yeah.
Which they kind of treat it like separate seasons, but, you know, they're just so spaced out. They just, you know. So, I know a lot of people looking forward to that. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Cool. Well, thank you for that.
Just, you know, your anime update.
Yes, thank you. And you know what? That'll do it for our weekly comic update. That's pretty much everything that I wanted
Turn
to
from
say.
comics to anime. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So that was a good transition. See, Book Boba Fett, Hawkeye, and then anime stuff.
Yep,
so that's perfect.
Yep.
So that means we are all set to get into our review of My Hero Academia World Heroes Mission. So, but just so you guys know, before we, like, really get into it, this is going to contain spoilers. So if you haven't seen it yet, I would suggest watching it first. Maybe waiting for the DVD to come out in a few months. I think it's coming out next month actually, so that's not too bad. Idea.
But if you're a My Hero fan, you still haven't seen it. You're down bad.
Come back to us. Go away and come back. I don't want to ruin this for you because it's really good.
Buy your tickets right now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not even in theaters.
It's not in
I'm
theaters.
sorry. You just missed out, man.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yep.
But so this movie came out a couple months ago. So I want to say November because it was after Comic-Con. And Comic-Con was in October.
Yes.
So either came out late October or in November. And we saw it in theaters together. Yep. And this was our first anime movie in theaters, seeing it. So that was really cool. And we got to see, all the other MHA fans and super fans with the crazy, get-ups and all that other stuff. Yes. It was really cool. Yes. So now I know that I like seeing anime movies in theaters. So we got to do that again because that was really nice. But before we start talking about stuff that we liked, let's give a little synopsis of its overall situation.
Ooh, okay.
So if you had to describe what's going on, the crux, what would you say was the
all right. I'm gonna keep it short and simple. It's the Three Musketeers against the end of the world.
Okay. Yeah.
To be more elaborate.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, I'm not wrong, right? Yeah. But to be more elaborate, the whole UA crew, the students and a lot of the major heroes, this whole meta liberation theorem or whatever. It's
wait, I think this is humorized.
Well, yeah, but they're under the same. They're under the same ideal. The concept is the same of their goal. It's just humorized, I guess, is just the kind of antagonized force during the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But it's them. It's the whole crew trying to track down this villainous organization, humorized, who plan to kind of eradicate everybody with quirks.
Yeah.
They plan to just smoke every city with this green gas or whatever. Isn't it Trigger? It's called Trigger, right?
Oh yeah, it is called Trigger. Oh yeah, and that's why we were saying during the I remember now because during the movie I was like, man, this kind of reminds me of something that they might be trying to hint at Vigilantes here because if you guys read Vigilantes, there's Trigger in there too. Yep, so that was cool.
But yeah, so they try to do that, makes your quirk go absolutely berserk and to the point where you die. I think they showed it affecting one city where they showed the green gas exploding out of the sewers and almost everybody in this whole city just died straight up except for one dude who was quirkless, right?
Yeah.
And they're all like, "Oh, he's the chosen one. Yeah. You're blessed with the gift of being with no quirk, So it's just stuff like that. They plan to do that with on a global scale.
Yeah.
And they're trying to prevent that.
Yeah. That's exactly right. So, going that part you were talking about in the beginning, just going into prose about the movie, I really liked that part in the beginning where it's they're trying to cure people of quirks, and it does a really good job of hooking you at the beginning. The beginning is really good because, you're talking about the bomb and all these people are going nuts and stuff. And it was, I don't know, it was just a really cool, action part at the beginning.
Yeah.
So, I really liked it.
Kind of set the tone,
Yeah, it definitely set the tone.
Yeah.
And when you're seeing it, when I saw it, I was I remember thinking, ooh, that looks pretty bad. That looks pretty ugly. But that's good to say for a movie because that means that you're sucked in, that you're now invested. So,
Yep.
Yeah, and of course, you were saying, that's where the heroes come in. And this is actually the first, 5 or 8 minutes of the movie is what they showcased at the MHA panel at Comic-Con when we went. And that was really good. I remember you really liked that part.
Oh, that was probably my favorite part of Comic-Con.
That was really cool. Because they had, some of the English dub actors talk about it, and then they played the first few minutes. It was
actually something I related to. Because literally, the whole second half of the day, it was just, this one panel for Star Wars we did or whatever.
Man, Star Wars is fire.
Listen,
come on.
I understand why you did that because you were there and you're very passionate about that kind of thing. But man, I was once we got into the MHA room, all the fans, plus cool. Ultra, you know what I'm saying? That's it, man. That's my gang.
Yes. No, yeah, that was really cool. I love that part. So, but speaking of when the heroes come in to try to save the day, we're pretty much coming into the movie. We're pretty much already aware of the fact that it's going to be focusing mainly on Izuku, Todoroki, and Bakugo, more than anyone else in Class B or in general.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Besides my boy Rhodey, who we'll get to him. Talking
about your boy, that's my boy.
Yeah, well, he's my boy, okay, but we'll get to him. We'll get to him later, right? But even in the trailer that we got for the movie, months before it even came out, that was pretty clear that it's going to be those three. So we knew that coming in.
Yep.
And I would say that's slightly different from what we've gotten in the previous MHA movies where, it's either everyone gets screen time or it's just because in the second one it was just Bakugo and Deku, so it's either that or everyone. But now that in this movie it's the three of them getting highlighted, did you like that as opposed to it being like everyone getting?
So I think I know what you mean. I honestly did like it because especially towards the end where they had each of them fighting their own battles.
Yeah, that's
probably my favorite thing, when you're like worried about all three of them facing this like huge guy. They're obviously like, you know, the underdog in that situation.
Yeah.
But I like when they have like them all going on at the same time. You know, everybody's bang, you know, pow, and they're cutting at the right moments to
like
leave you in
simultaneously,
suspense.
all three of them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what I liked about it. You know, that's what I liked about it the most.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I didn't think of that. And I don't think it came too much out of the blue, having the three of them specifically being towards, you know, the spotlight, because I feel like we got a little taste of that in this show. Maybe not the trio of them, like, you know, specifically, but just having them being among some of the main kids from Class B in the show. And, you know, obviously it's nice to see Class B at least a little bit, because we did see, like, Uraraka and other people, I think, a little bit. Did we? I think we did, like, for 2 seconds in the beginning when they were like, going after the bomb.
Wait, is Uraraka in Class B? Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Are we wait, Class A. Wait. You're confusing me now. The main class with Deku. What class is Deku?
That's the whole class. That's
Class B, right?
No, well, no, that's Class. Isn't that Class A?
Oh no!
Just forget.
Oh no!
Just forget. I know what you mean, though. Yes.
I meant that whatever class Deku. I'm sorry, I can't remember if it's Class A or B now. This is so embarrassing.
No,
we just watched it today. Dude.
Yeah, we did.
Bro, I'm sorry. Whatever class they're in, but it's nice to see that, you know, the class a little bit. And to know that they're, like, alive and, you know, there. But we don't need to see them the entire time. So narrowing it down to 3 characters, that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah, they handled that right, for sure.
I have to say, though, unfortunately, my boy Ida, he used to be one of the bigger characters, you know. I don't know what happened. He kind of got booted from having as much screen time as he used to. I don't think we saw him at all. That's a little,
I can't even remember.
Exactly.
You might have seen him once, but like with everybody else.
Second. Yeah, exactly. That's a little sad.
Yeah,
but you know, it's fine. I kind of like how they did that. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
But let's talk about some of the newer characters that we got to see in the movie. So, this is where we talk about Rhodey a little bit. I love Rhodey. He was super cool to me. And he had a pretty cool, like, backstory, right? Because, you know, kind of pulled at the heartstrings. Because his dad, I think it was, like, his dad was working for Humorize. Well, he was forced to work for them, and then it's just him alone with his little brother and sister.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool. And I originally thought that they were his kids. Did you think that? Because they were, like, a lot younger than him.
Wait, they were Rhodey's kids?
I thought that they were Rhodey's kids, but they're actually
what?
They're not his kids. They're his brother and sister.
I know they are, but like Rhodey's like a kid. Like
no, but I wasn't sure because he's older. You know, he could be like 20. I don't know, 28. I don't know. I was like, are those his kids? But then he said brother and sister, so I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, but I just really like this new character, and unfortunately, I don't know when they would use him again. He's probably never going to show up in the show.
Probably not.
Yeah. That's because that's just even the people from the other movies, they haven't showed up.
Yeah,
in the
it's
kind
of like All Might's like
niece?
friend's niece. I don't
daughter.
know. Yeah,
his friend's daughter.
we haven't
Dave's
seen
daughter.
her in the show.
Haven't seen her, but the only thing we have seen her in though is in the offshoot manga series, which was like team up missions.
Oh, okay.
Did you read that?
No, I didn't. No.
It's really good, but I feel like that's probably the only time we'd ever see him again.
Yeah,
because you know she showed up in there, but yeah, I really liked him. So when he started getting into like a rough spot with the villain, he was getting beat up pretty bad. I was pretty concerned. 'Cause I was like, I don't want this guy to die. He's really cool.
Yeah.
But like in the beginning when he was getting chased by Midoriya, I thought his quirk was originally like him being able to like flip around and do stuff. Yeah. I was like, well, that's too cool. Yeah. But then it ended up being the little birdie thing. So
I think his name was like Pino or something.
Oh yeah, it's Pino. Yeah. What did you think of his quirk?
Listen, I was in the exact same place as you. I thought like him like being able to maneuver around everything. I thought his like quirk was like, you know, evasive maneuver.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Or like, you know, he can just like find openings and like just know how to get around well.
Yeah.
It's just this little bird on his shoulder that like shows his emotions or whatever.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't think it's the best quirk they could have given him.
Did you think it was dumb? It's okay if you thought it was dumb.
No, I don't know. It didn't bother me like that much.
Yeah, right.
You know, because he's a cool character. You know, if he was a bad character with a bad quirk, I'd bash him. But he's a cool guy. So, you know, I don't mind it. It ended up coming in handy towards the end, right?
Towards the end. It was an extension of himself being able to do something.
Yeah, it's an extension of himself. You know?
I liked it mainly just because of how it paired with his personality, and it kind of complimented him as a person, because he was laid back and chill, but sometimes Midoriya found him harder to read because he would be kind of passive about things, but then he actually cared. So that's when it would be useful and stuff, and kind of nice. And I liked it especially at the end when they were parting ways, and he was like, I don't care about you, but then the bird was
the bird was freaking out.
Yeah. So I liked it for that, but obviously practically there's not much it can do because it's just a bird. It can't fight or anything. But
maybe you could teach him how to fight, you know what I'm saying?
No. I mean, you can punch it and it'll be dead. You can punch it once and it's knocking against the wall, it's not getting up. But yeah, it was nice. And with it, starting to fade when he was fighting, and that was concerning. That was, I remember everybody in the theater going, ooh, when you saw it fade, because, that got me scared that he wasn't going to make it. But it was a nice addition to the character. I really liked it. It was nice.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, but with Deku and Rhodey, we remember the part where they're on the run because they're being convicted as mass murderers or something. Yeah. How did you like their road trip to get on just running?
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember it that much. But I do remember them
it was a while ago. So.
Yeah, I remember them on that road trip together, and then they kind of isn't that when they were together, but then they kind of got ambushed, a little bit? Yeah, towards the end of that trip, right?
Yeah.
They were sleeping, it was towards the night, and then two of the villains came.
No, because Rhodey called, he was trying to turn in the briefcase that they had, remember? And he was contemplating on whether to get the police, and then he actually, he got the police, and then they ran off or something. Isn't that what happened?
That.
I can't,
No, they called him, and then, it was two villains that tried to kill him.
It ended up being humor. Yeah, it ended up being humorous. Yeah. That's right.
So, that road trip was nice. It was nice solo time for, Deku and Rhodey to kind of bond, get to develop that relationship together.
Yeah.
So I kind of felt if they wanted to do something like that, just have those two characters kind of develop a connection, then that was a good time to do it. It was a nice place for that.
I agree, yeah. And if you remember the part where they're in the car driving for a while, and it's just they play soothing music. We have never gotten a scene like that in any of the other My Hero movies or anything, but I liked it a lot. It was super chill, and just calm music in the back. I thought it was pretty cool. I liked it overall when they were on the run, because I thought it was really funny how out of the blue Deku got accused of being a mass murderer. That was hilarious to me. I couldn't stop laughing. That was so funny.
Just Deku, a wanted list or something.
How did that happen? How did that happen again?
You don't remember? Okay, yeah, I forget.
I remember,
I know,
vaguely.
Yeah, they stole... Deku was, pursuing Rhodey, because Rhodey was, he was told to get a package for somebody, he was affiliated with or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And Deku ended up chasing because he thought he was a thief. And I think he, during the mix-up or something, they got into an area where, the suitcase got mixed up, and Rhodey took the wrong suitcase, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I think they Humorize kind of found out, and they found their faces, and they had deep connections with the police, so they were able to, manipulate things, so that Deku was kind of seen as an enemy.
Yeah.
And
because Todoroki called him and was like, bro, don't come back here. I see you on the news.
Hey, bro, what'd you do, bro?
yeah. He's like, what?
Yeah. So, I'm just remembering vaguely, but
that sounds right. I think that's right. Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah. Oh, good memory there. Nice.
I like the movie. What can I say?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I like that part. That was really funny.
Yeah.
But you know what? Let's talk about those fight scenes, bro.
Bro,
this is gonna be a part you like, because these fight scenes were so good. There was so much action in this movie. And even compared to the last My Hero movie, which was two heroes, they had to fight that tough guy at the end. I would even say that with the 3 fight scenes you had at the end, that there was even more action, or just as much action, compared to that movie. Because there was a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of boom, boom going on.
Yeah.
And, the animation was really good for the scenes, too. I feel like it was really good for the whole movie. I feel like they like updated it ever since like season 4. I don't know. I feel like it seems like
You've
a lot
been
more
saying
crisper.
that all the time.
It can't just be me.
I mean, notice it. Okay, I just watch it for what it is.
It's not totally different, but you can see that they did something. They rendered it more or something. I don't know. It's just a lot crisper. So I feel like the animation got a little bit better for it, especially for the fights. That was really good. But yeah, let's sort out the fights that were going on here. So while Deku is going after the main guy, which I really can't remember his name. Do you remember?
Fleck. Or Fleck.
Oh, Fleck something.
Fleck
That's
something.
true. Yeah. I didn't remember it. That's true. It was Fleck.
It's a funny name. Fleck.
Yeah, Fleck. Yeah, at least it's not Dr. Doofenshmirtz, which if you guys watch season 5, you'd know what I'm talking about. But anyway. Yeah. So while Deku's going after Fleck, the main villain, Todoroki and Bakugo, they take out the other threats to give him a clear path to him.
Yeah.
So there's Todoroki versus that big monster guy who's trying to drown him.
Yep.
And then there's Bakugo versus those hyena twins. They were crazy, man. They were just like, I don't know, they looked like they were on drugs or something. They were going insane. They were just slicing him up.
Edgy, man.
Bro,
crazy.
They were slicing him up every 2 seconds. Yep. They were crazy.
I went from paper cuts to just getting stabbed to the
I was like,
back.
that's a lot of cuts, man. I was getting a little concerned.
Yeah.
And then obviously it was Deku and Rhodey against the main villain. So
Yep.
That guy was tough.
Although Rhodey came in later, but like
at the end.
Yeah.
Towards the end. Yeah. But and he also almost didn't make it, Rhodey, right? So that villain was really tough. What was his quirk again? Something with lasers.
Fleck?
Yeah, Fleck.
It was Reflect.
That's right.
He just controlled the lasers with some device he had, but wait, no, I don't know. But Fleck, his thing was every time Deku hit him, it hit Deku with
just as much power.
The same power, and he was getting beat up and stuff, but he kept hitting him, and then eventually he broke through, and then
That's true.
Yep.
I remember that now. Yeah, that was really cool. So out of the 3 fights that we had going on, what would you say is your favorite?
Okay.
Your favorite fight?
This is hard. Overall, I'd probably say Bakugo's fight.
I was thinking that too. That was really good.
Yeah. But towards the end of Deku's fight, it was really cool with all the visuals and stuff. Like when he went Super Saiyan mode with the blue, the
blue hair,
lighter tinted hair. Listen, they did this in the Two Heroes movie too. Towards the end, where you just go it's
Lets
over.
It all out.
They start playing. You say run in the back. You know what I'm saying? The music is going. He's zoom all over the place. It's over. You see the lightning. As you were talking earlier, I just remembered a funny part. I think we both laughed when we saw it. Remember when Deku towards the end, they could tell they were trying to do visuals. They're trying to there's this one scene where Deku got into a squat pose, remember?
Oh, no.
And he just kind of stood there, but they made it seem like he was moving really fast. You remember that?
Oh, and the way he was coming towards him?
Yeah.
Oh,
he was just like this, and then there were 3 of them.
Oh, I do remember that. I remember because I was like, bro, he's done. Forget it. He's out. Yeah, I do remember that.
That was just really funny to me. I don't know why. But my favorite fight was probably Bakugo's, and it actually probably was I don't know. Either I would say it's one of the most brutal ones that honestly, just because
it is or it's not.
I think it is.
It is. Yeah.
Yes. Because dude, I remember watching it. I actually kind of felt nervous for him.
Yeah.
Because he's like, yo, what is this, man? You crazy hyenas, bro. I'm gonna blast you out of the world, bro. And the next thing you know, this guy's getting sliced through the back, and he's screaming, bro. Yeah. And then they cut it right there.
Oh, he is screaming. I remember the screams.
I was like, hey, yo, this guy's in trouble.
I remember there was a part where one of the crazy twins just actually stabbed him. They just went through his stomach. I was like, bro, that's something you gotta recover from. That's gotta and him screaming. I was like,
talk about the injuries they had though, because that's something I have a problem with.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. But especially towards the end of Bakugo's fight, when we pulled out that howitzer impact thing or whatever, where he goes into that big thing. Yeah. When he had them pinned, that was really good. I was like, get him, bro, get him. Yeah, they deserve this thing, bro. They so annoying. Yeah. Oh, did he had them at one point, and then they took Trigger. Oh, and then they got
yes,
buff,
that's right.
And then they came
injected
back.
Themselves.
Yeah, and then he pinned him down, and then he was but I'm gonna slap you. And then, that was it. I felt that one, man. That was probably my favorite, honestly.
Yeah, I remember there was, now that you're saying that, I remember I'd be like, oh, the fight's done. And then I was like, oh, no, they're pulling something out. Yeah, those things made them all go. See, and now that I'm remembering, Trigger, they all took Trigger. Mm-hmm. All of the villains that they were fighting.
Yeah.
But yeah,
my least favorite one, though, was probably Todoroki's.
Least favorite?
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta rate that towards, out of the three, you know? Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Todoroki. He's my boy, alright? But out of the three fights, I think I would say Bakugo, and then Deku's fight, and then...
Yeah. Not that Todoroki's was bad or anything.
Yeah, he did almost die, almost drowned. That's a pretty scary way to go.
Towards the end, it was pretty good, though, when he hit him with his final super attack or whatever.
Yeah.
But I just think that Deku's and Bakugo's got me a little more, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. I feel that, too. Yep. They all almost died, but they didn't die, so that's...
Of course they can't die. Yeah. They can only die in the series that people, like, most people are gonna actually watch.
I think only one person actually has died. Right? Wouldn't that just be or not?
That's another thing. We finished season 5 today.
Yeah.
And I was talking to you about that. They need to kill some people. It's about time about to slice somebody.
I know. Okay, who would it be though?
Somebody, like, big. I don't know, man. I don't care if it's somebody in the class. I don't care if it's a teacher. Just kill somebody that we care about. Please. Get our heartstrings, Come on.
That's kind of true. Yeah. We'll get into that in a second, because that's something I do need to discuss, because that's valid. But, okay, so now that we've gone through the bigger major winning points for the movie, there's a couple little things that I wanted to add that I appreciated, Mm-hmm. And one of those things that I would have to say is that, I mean, when you're seeing an anime movie in theaters, of course it's going to be in English, right?
Yep.
English dub. And let me just say, whenever Josh and I watch anime, we do not watch it in English. We don't watch it in English dub unless it's, like, absolutely necessary. Like, there's no other way we can get it in subtitles.
I am pro Japanese sub.
Exactly. There's just something about hearing the Japanese and reading it in English that just hits, But seeing it, when we were gonna go seeing it, we were like, oh, it has to be in English? Like, okay. But, I mean, there's some benefits to it, but, seeing it for this movie, I actually didn't mind. Like, I don't know. The original idea bugged me, but I didn't really care for it.
Yeah, I agree, too. I don't think it was that bad. Yeah. And every time I see, like, My Hero in dub, I'm like, oh, man. I don't want to hear no adolescent teenager, like, oh, I'm going to be the number one hero. No, I don't want to hear that, okay? But,
It's a little rough.
It wasn't that bad. It was actually pretty good. Yeah. I actually like, the voice actor for Bakugo. I actually like him.
Yeah, I don't know his name, but he did good. He did good. His screams were pretty authentic too. I gotta give him
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, I liked it. So,
and Rhodey's voice actor was pretty good.
Yeah, I really liked him. Yeah. That was really cool. So yeah, for this movie, I gotta give it points because in English it's bearable. It's fine. So if you don't usually watch it in sub, we're with you, but this one is fine.
Well, there was one part in Todoroki's fight towards the very end, like. He was in this, like, cyclone or whatever of the other guy.
Todoroki?
Mm-hmm, okay. Todoroki.
Yeah.
And, you could tell that, like, there was, like, a discrepancy between the dub and his mouth. His mouth was wide open. He was screaming. But, like, in sub, I'm sure he was probably screaming.
Yeah.
But in dub or whatever, he was just like, like
I know what you're talking about.
Like he maybe he wasn't even saying something. I don't know, but his mouth was just open, or it was either that or the other way around. But they got something wrong there, man. Like they messed up, bro.
I remember that. I think it was his. It looked like he was screaming really hard, but then the scream we actually heard wasn't as hard.
It's like, oh.
Yeah, I remember laughing really hard at that. That's the only thing. It was good.
Yep, it was good overall.
Yeah, it was fine. And another thing that I appreciated about the movie was that. We were worried about this, but it doesn't ruin the newest season for you if you haven't watched it yet. And I know we were concerned because before watching it, we had like, I don't know how many hours, maybe like 4 or 6 hours to watch the rest of season 5.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, I don't think it was it 4?
I don't know. It was like, we were seeing the movie at, I don't know,
it was more
7.
Like,
I don't know.
3 or 2. I don't know.
I don't remember.
We were on a time limit. We had a strict deadline.
Yeah, and we tried to watch the last half of season 5, and I was like, we could do it, and it just did not happen. Yeah. So we were a little worried, but it didn't spoil it at all. Like it was, it was fine. It was
completely unnecessary to think we had to cram it all into like a couple hours.
Yeah, and after watching, I was like, we didn't even have to rush. Come on, but it was good. I think the only thing that crossed over from season 5 into the movie was the fact that he used Black Whip for 1 second.
Yep.
So that was the only thing, which, I mean, that could make you confused if you haven't seen season 5 at all, but I mean, you can get over it. It's just a new move, you know, and also there's the new suits, too.
Yeah. Although I think they're gonna develop that into, like, something really big. Like,
Black Whip?
Yeah, not just the fact that Deku's unlocking all these new quirks, but I'm not gonna spoil anything. I'm just saying, you know, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. I could see that happening, because, you know, if you've seen that in season 5, they kind of hint at that a little bit.
Yeah.
But with the new suits... What do you think of the new suits? Because, I mean, we had gotten introduced to them in the show, right?
Yes.
But then they brought them over into the movie. What do you think of them?
Actually, when we went to see the movie, right? Well, before we, like, in all the trailers and stuff, you can see they were advertising this. Even at the panel at Comic-Con, that was, like, on a big screen in the whole front, everybody to see. They're advertising these 3 suits, okay? Yeah. And, honestly, I like the whole black scheme with all their primary colors. In fact, when we saw the movie in theaters, we got, like, a nice exclusive opening night, like,
little pamphlet thing.
Manga comic or whatever. And it actually shows some concept art for the suits and stuff, like, sketches and stuff for, like, not just, the 3 characters, Todoroki.
For everyone?
Yeah, for, like, they showed it for Rhodey, they showed it for, like, some of the villains, they showed it for, like, a lot of people.
I like the character profiling they do.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. But it helped me appreciate the suits a little more. Honestly, I don't mind them. You know, I don't think they're, like, a selling point for the movie.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Overall, but...
They're just cool.
Like, hey, you see Midoriya's new suit, you know, watch the entire 2-hour movie. But, I think it's not bad.
Yeah, I feel like, at least, especially for, Bakugo's suit, when I first saw it, it was one of those things where it's like, there's something different there. I can't tell what it is, but I know there's something different. But obviously they tell you. But it's really, I really liked it. I think they're pretty slick designs. You know?
Yeah, they're pretty clean. They're clean.
I like it. I'm just, okay, the whole fact that it's winter now, I'm getting really confused with how the entire school session works. I know it's, okay, I figured out that in Japan it's completely different. So that was the first thing. But, like, I feel like, because it's winter now, it feels like they should be second years already. Like, I don't know. I'm just getting confused with the seasons and how that works.
Towards the end of season 5, remember, they're all in the classroom and they're like, man, after winter, they said when spring comes, we're gonna be second years now. They say that at the end.
I was so confused. It's been 5 seasons and they're not second years
yet.
Yeah,
they're just about to cross into their second year.
Yeah.
You know, with that, I'm sure an entire new class of first years is going to come in.
Yeah.
And I do not want to see them have a role. Are you kidding me? I do not need a whole other cast of characters you're not going to kill off.
You just hate kids. That's why.
Oh my God.
Like, you don't hate class... I can't even say it now. Class A or B? Is it A?
Yeah.
It's an A. It's A.
So, yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. This is amazing.
Class A is all the
A.
main characters, and Class B is like with Tetsu.
Yeah.
The big fist girl, but yeah, that's like that's Class B. Class A is with the main.
Yeah. See, Class A and B we can handle.
Yep.
But I think that what you're thinking of, if we saw the freshman class, it would just be cringe for you. Because you just hate new kids.
You know me too well. You know that's exactly.
It would just overload you, and that would just be too much. But yeah, I'm interested to see how they do that.
Yeah. Who knows what they're gonna do?
Yeah. But the suits, man. Suits are really good.
Yes.
So, okay, now has gotten... I don't know if this might be your favorite part of the segment, whatever. But this is usually where I talk about stuff that I didn't like as much about the movie. But this is really just some, I don't know, plot holes, I guess you could say.
This is my time to shine. Man.
Yeah, this is the time. Yep. So, okay, honestly, there wasn't much that was faulty or bad about the movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was really good for me. But the one little thing that we hinted about this earlier that nagged me about this, after I watched it, like a little bit as I was watching it, was was during the fights, right? No matter how many times Bakugo got stabbed, or no matter how many times Deku got shot with lasers, he literally got shot, not even joking. Impaled. He got shot, and no matter how many times, or no matter how many minutes Todoroki was underwater
I'm gonna change that one to hours.
Yeah, goodness. It was a while, man. Yeah. They miraculously were not dead. Like, they obviously cheated death here. Not that I wanted them to die, because, you know, those are my boys, but still, you know what I mean. Like, you knew it too. I looked at you and you're like,
I was shaking my head.
Yeah, you're dead. Yep. So, yeah, and because you already knew that they weren't going to kill anyone, you know, and like as the fight started, you're like, you kind of already knew they weren't going to die by the end.
Yep.
It makes them a little bit predictable in that sense, you know. because you already know who's gonna win a little bit. But, I mean, in their defense, you can't lose if you have Plus Ultra. Oh my God. That's the only thing I'll say. I'll defend you guys a little bit, alright? Plus Ultra, you can't beat that, alright? 1,000%, whatever. But how much did that bother you? The fact that they had some plot armor going on?
That's probably the only thing that bothered me about this movie.
Yeah.
Listen. This kind of ties into how I want them to kill somebody off. If I get how they wanted us to feel worried for the characters during their fights. They wanted us to like actually be involved instead of thinking like, they're gonna live anyway. You know, I mean, whatever. I just want to see them like destroy them. But like them actually getting really like seriously like in a tough spot. You know, that's like something. I guess they just wanted us to feel something towards the characters,
which we did feel. We were concerned.
Yeah. I said I was concerned about Bakugo.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, listen, like, how many times can a high schooler? I think they're like freshmen, right?
Yeah.
Or something. How many times can a high school freshman get stabbed through the chest with like razor sharp blades? It's not like a clean cut. Like they're like separate blades that go up and down through like your stomach, like impale you. And just scream it off and continue to fly through the air and keep fighting them. Only to get stabbed again and keep doing the same thing.
That's true.
And how many times can like 100 lasers around the room impale you? They literally show blood. Yeah. How many times can lasers impale you as you're trying to fight Fleck?
That was the equivalent of gunshots.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Like,
pretty much worked.
I saw him get shot.
And you still get up and zoom around the room and keep punching them no matter what. And how many minutes I can't hold my breath for like 15 seconds.
Yeah.
How many seconds can you hold your breath getting choked and still be able to fight him?
Both of his arms around his neck.
I can't, man. That's just a little unrealistic.
That's true.
Like, I don't know if you gotta tone down the injuries they faced or like something else, but like at the end you can't just show them with bandages and stuff and just say, oh, we fight this guy. You can't just say that. But I don't know. That's the only thing.
Yeah,
they just had major plot armor.
Yeah, that was the only thing. And we saw it with a friend, and I was looking at the friend, I was like, okay, they should be dead. it happened, like, I don't know how many minutes of them fighting, but I looked at her, I was like, no, in reality, they would be dead. But, I mean, they're not gonna kill, obviously, they're not gonna kill Zuko.
Yeah,
we're not going in there thinking, is he gonna die? Because he's not gonna die. Yeah. But that's the only thing, that was obviously
and it did what it was supposed to do. It did, like I said, it got us worried.
Yeah, so, it did.
It accomplished its purpose. It wasn't unnecessary. Yeah. But it's just a little much.
Yeah, and the only other thing that does bother me, going like, if we go from this movie into the next season afterwards, we're probably not going to see anything relating to their injuries in the show. Like, they're not going to have any, like, anything to show for these big fights that they had. Like, no broken bones or anything. Yeah. So, that's the only thing that there's nothing to connect it back to.
And that's why they can't kill anybody off during these movies that they don't, like, introduce in the movie.
Right.
Because then how are they going to correlate that into explaining it in the show, That was probably already made or made, like, during the production of the movie or something. Yeah. Or, like, it's just too much to connect, You just kind of have to go in and then come out with, like, the same neutral situation.
Right.
No matter what happens in between.
Yeah.
So.
They probably do that for a combination of new fans, for people who just want to watch the movie.
Yeah.
Or just for people who probably who only watch the show and probably never watch the movies anyway. So, I guess it works out that way.
And it's a possibility to connect it. You could make somebody really hurt. And then, like, in between seasons, like, they'll be, like, fine before the movie. And then, like, the movie's in between the seasons.
Yeah.
And then the season starts and they're, like, in a coma or something.
Yeah, that would make it like, what happened?
Yeah, just be like, it's a freak accident, And then, like, people who actually saw the movie be like, hey, I know what that is, But,
half the audience would be confused.
Exactly. That's the problem with it. But, it's not impossible, but I could see why, they had to give him a plot.
Yeah, I agree with that. So there's reasons for it, but in the end, it still hangs over our heads a little bit. So but despite that, everything else was fine. It was really good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So okay, so we talked about this before the show. I want to see what you say about this. Character development. I usually talk about character development a little bit. Would you say that there was any Deku from the beginning of the movie to Deku at the end? Is there any difference? Any different development at all? I want to see what you say. I mean anyone, I guess, but yeah.
I don't think it's nothing we haven't seen. in Deku or Todoroki or Bakugo. Like, for any of the old, like, the characters you already see, like, you can make the case that there's not, like, any, like, major development in them that you're gonna see from that point onward.
Complete change of heart.
You know, because they're always aspiring to be heroes, you know, fighting for the sake of everybody else. You know, that's kind of, like, their thing.
Right.
That's what motivates them, and they exhibit that through the whole movie.
Okay.
The one character that I will say was developed was Rhodey. Because...
Okay.
Because, like...
I agree.
Do you want to say something?
No, go ahead.
Because, like, towards the beginning, you can kind of make the case that, you know, he's just a street runner. You know, he's trying to get a job done. You know, he doesn't really care for the sake of others. He's slick. You know, he's deceptive. You know, he'll do whatever. But towards the end, this dude's like on the the last string of his life. You know, last leg, and he's crawling like impaled with a laser. Which Deku should have acted like on the ground crawling with one hand, but instead
he kind of did.
And then he goes to flying around the room. But you know, Rhodey goes from that, you know, delinquent to being like a guy who'll risk himself to save the
somebody
world.
who cares.
Yeah. You know, and that, I feel like that's character development.
That's
true.
true.
And you can see it like through him struggling because, you know, as we said, he wanted to turn the thing in.
Yeah, and he didn't, and then he took it back. Right.
You know, that I kind of consider that development. You know, he's kind of uncertain, and then he just develops that resolve, and then ends up risking himself to fulfill what he wanted to do. So I think that's development. You know,
yes, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, so I didn't think of that because I thought you were just going to say no, but that's really true. Rhodey was really the only one. I mean, obviously, the characters that we already know about from the show coming in, there's not really much development that can happen with them here because the entire show that they're in for the 5 seasons that they're in, they want to be heroes and save people, and that's what they're doing here, so that's just going to be how they are the whole time. But, yeah, so I wouldn't say that there's character development for those characters, but definitely for...
Oh, you know who also has character development?
Oh, no.
That one girl who jumped out of that helicopter, man.
How is that development?
That is development at its finest, dude.
No, that's her going from I want to kill everybody who has a quirk to I want to die. And then she actually died. I wasn't expecting that, actually. That was really crazy. I was like, oh, did she actually just do that?
She pulled a Wakanda Forever and then just dove off the edge of a plane into the Grand Canyon, my dude.
I was like, that did not just happen. But it actually did.
Oh, yeah, no, that's not character development. I'm playing.
Well, yeah, we could squeeze that in there. That could count a little bit.
That was just low-key funny.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, but I wasn't expecting that, honestly.
We're all just like, ooh, hey, yo, she died, bro.
She's not getting up.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, of course, seeing that there's not much character development from other characters doesn't take away from the movie at all, but, you know, obviously for Rhodey, that adds to the movie. That was really cool.
Yep.
But, yeah, it was, I agree with you on that. That was a good statement, what you said there.
Thank you.
Yeah, so, I mean, we kind of covered the ending, like the ending fights and stuff, but how did you feel about the ending overall, like including the part where Deku and Rhodey parted ways? How would you say that made you feel overall? Pulled out the heartstrings there? Make you grab a tissue?
Listen, I don't grab tissues, okay?
I'm not, man.
I told you.
I'm strong,
I'm not an emotional person when it comes to shows.
Yeah.
But it's kind of sad that I won't be able to see Rhodey again. I like Rhodey. I like him a lot. And I would like to be able to see his character, like, maybe just make a cameo or something. I don't know. Just have him in, like, a crowd or something, you know?
Yeah.
Just let him have one line. But, you know, I mean, I thought the ending was good. I liked the ending.
I thought it was great. Yeah, it was really
I always like it towards the ends, like, not just them parting ways or anything. I like it when, at the end, they have Deku versus the main guy, and him just going ham on him, bro. Yeah. Him just, like, going 100%, as, you know, like, lightning strike, boom, 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 and him just going, like,
and he says the plus ultra, and you know the villain's going down.
And you see the different lights connecting to each other for one.
And then it goes into his hand.
Yep.
Punches him. That's it.
Yeah, man, that's it. GG, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I look forward to. I look forward to seeing how far he's gonna go. Like, what new, not just, like, visuals, you know, just, like, in terms of his ability, what can he do, like, now that he's developed.
Yeah, that's true.
We've seen him go for just breaking his entire arm just to use his quirk once. like, think about it. Like, towards the very beginning of the series, all you could do was, like, smash that one robot during that one entrance exam thing, remember?
That was it.
And that was his entire arm and leg just to jump up there. And now he's, like, jumping, like, twice that height with, like, just full cowling and not breaking anything.
Full cowl,
and, like, defeating heroes, like, of, like, double, not even double, like, just quadruple the caliber of just a programmed box of metal. Without breaking any
tough. Yeah, pretty tough villains.
Yeah. So I know. I like that part, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with that. The ending, just the part to see him win, that there's nothing like it, It's a good feeling.
Yeah.
And you just taking the part at the end where Deku and Rhodey are going their separate ways. That was a sweet part. That was sweet. And like I said before, when he's like, what did he say? Deku said something sweet to Rhodey, and he was like, yeah, I don't care. And then the bird was like winking at him. It's something. It was really cute. I really liked that a lot. I was like, that's brotherly. That's just a brotherly feeling.
Yeah. It was a good moment. And then Rhodey went back to his siblings, and that was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sad thing though, I just remembered that Rhodey's dad didn't make it, right? Because
I think he died.
Yeah, because we found out that his dad didn't voluntarily work for Humorize, but he got forced because he was a scientist.
Yep.
And then he tried to
he died.
give the kill code for the bomb.
Yep, the kill code thing.
Yeah, he made it.
He
with
died.
Somebody else.
He risked his life to do that, and he ended up dying for it.
Yeah.
But they ended up using it towards the end. And didn't they even have like a recording of Rhodey's dad talking to Rhodey?
Something like that.
Yeah, they were on a computer room or something. And they found the files and that was a nice moment. But
Yeah, so the ending was really good. I loved it. I walked out of that movie theater feeling amazing. It made me feel so good. I loved the movie.
I loved it too. I loved the movie too.
Yeah. So if you're gonna let's give our closing recommendations for this film. All right. So it's time. Okay.
All right.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate this on a scale?
I hate ranking things 1 to 10. 10 is such an incriminating number.
I know. I mean, you don't want me to say 1 to 100 because that would just be worse.
73. I'm kidding. No. If 1 is being like just boring, straight up boring, and 10 being like, oh my god, I need to see that again. I'd give it maybe a 7 or an 8. Somewhere between that. Yeah.
Yep, I was just gonna say I would probably give it like an 8.
Yeah,
or
8's fair. 8's fair.
8's
it was really good. It was really good.
Yeah, and for that's perfect. And for recommendations for this type of thing, I would usually say like for an anime movie connected to the original show, I would only recommend it for avid MHA fans who have seen the last 5 seasons only. Yeah. But for this movie, I think there's a lot more leverage that you can have with this because, like we were saying before, it doesn't spoil really for you. So I would say that anyone who remotely likes My Hero Academia could go see this because it doesn't spoil any of the other seasons for
Well, it does.
Well, yeah, that's true. Because
he's using All Might being like a deflated balloon, and Deku being able to use full cowling and to be able to go into that.
That's true.
Plus, like that ultra mode where he does. We need to find a name for that, by the way.
What?
Just Deku's like ham mode. Where
well, isn't it like 100? It's 100%.
All right.
100% something.
All right. I mean, I still don't think we've seen everything we've seen, like we can see from Deku, like his full caliber. We haven't seen that yet.
Yeah.
But they call it 100%, so we can consider that 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't say start with this movie. I definitely wouldn't say that. Start with season 1. Start at the humble beginnings. Go into the point where I guess middle. I don't know. Work your way. You can probably find a timeline online or something and just follow that. You'll enjoy it more that way.
Yeah, but here's a scenario I'll give you. Right.
Yep.
If you have a friend and your friend does not watch My Hero Academia,
okay,
but they have absolutely no interest and there's no way you're gonna get them to watch the show, but they're willing to watch this movie just to watch an anime movie, then go ahead. If they have no intention of continuing with it, then just show it to them. And it's a good movie to watch.
Yeah, just see it for the heck of it.
Yeah. But if somebody's concerned about, if I didn't see what happened to this character before, is this going to spoil for me now? Then you should probably give him some background or something. Yeah. But yeah, I think you have some room here, so I would recommend it to somebody who needs to see an anime movie. Any of the fellow My Hero Academia lovers out there, please go see this. It's really, really good.
Yep.
Yeah.
And to add on to that, at the beginning of every movie, they kind of summarize the situation.
Oh yeah,
they give a 5-minute just break to introduce the world is full of quirks.
Yeah.
People started appearing with quirks.
5-minute
all
spiel,
for one for all, blah blah blah. It's the whole spiel that that's in every movie. I think.
Yeah,
right?
I think
they
so.
have to do that. In case anybody who is new just ends up walking in on it.
That's true.
Yeah.
See that? There you go. I forgot about that. See, now you definitely have some room to work with this one. Yeah. Okay, so Josh, out of the 3 My Hero Academia movies, out of the 3 MHA movies that are out there, right?
Yep.
Heroes Rising, 2 Heroes, and World Heroes Mission.
Yes.
What would your rank be for these 3?
Alright, this is actually not as hard as ranking the movie itself.
Yeah,
I would probably put this one... I'd probably put this one at the top.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd go Heroes Rising as a close second. Heroes Rising is really good, especially the ending. Because that's
what
when...
happens at the ending?
We just saw it, remember?
Well,
not at the ending, at the ending, when they're fighting the metal guy.
Oh, okay,
and then Ahmed and Deku, bro, them together.
Yes,
man, I love it. I really wanted to see them, fight side by side like that for a while. And them being able to do that.
Deku and Bakugo?
All Might.
Oh, right. I'm sorry.
No, you're thinking of 2 heroes.
Yes.
No, I mean Heroes Rising.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was my favorite originally before I saw Heroes Mission.
Yep.
But now that World Heroes Mission is out, that's also probably at the top. Yeah.
And not to throw shade at 2 Heroes or anything.
Yeah.
2 Heroes is a good movie. Don't get me wrong. And I think, that does have everybody fight their own battles.
It does.
Yeah. So that's not, something that's not seen in any other movie. But 2 Heroes, I think World Heroes Mission does it the best.
Yeah.
2 Heroes is still good, though. And the visuals at the very end, I actually just recently watched that ending of Deku and Bakugo fighting side by side.
Yeah. Bro, that was crisp.
That was so crisp. That was so
slick.
Good. Yeah, man.
Fire.
Yeah, that is really
I remember watching and be like, what just happened to the animation, bro? That was crazy. Yeah, the animation. But for that, okay, so now for this movie, I feel like the type of animation we got for the fight scene in 2 Heroes is what we got for the entirety of World Heroes Mission, right? That crispness.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, especially towards the end. I think the end of them animating Deku was probably, in my opinion, I feel like they did it better in 2 Heroes. Mm-hmm. But they didn't do it bad. Nothing I'm saying, if I'm saying something's better than another thing, none of it's bad. Okay? It's all good. But, yeah. I kind of forgot what you said, but
you're gonna make me forget.
The animation is good. Yes, that period. That's all you need to know. So don't worry, about one. I need to see this because it's better. No, you can watch them all. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so I think we agree that it's World Heroes Mission, Heroes Rising, and then 2 Heroes.
Yep.
Okay, I'm with that.
Agreed.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So you know what, Josh? I think that'll just wrap it up. For our World Heroes Mission review for today. That was really nice.
I'm all animated out, man.
Yes, man. You have to get in the mood. We were in gear, so we did really well. Yep. Is there anything that you wanted to add in there that we forgot to mention or anything before we close? Anything? Final statements?
I think we covered everything in the hour we've been talking.
Yeah, it has been an hour. It might even be over an hour. I don't even know.
Yeah. Go see the movie.
Yes.
Go see it right now.
And you know what? If you feel inclined, buy the DVD in a month.
Nobody buys DVDs anymore.
Everybody, okay? Only the true people buy DVDs, okay? I'm a DVD person still, so if you like DVDs out there, I'm with you.
Yeah,
okay?
Whatever.
No streaming. Well, I mean, we still have to stream.
We still have to stream.
You can't live without streaming at this point.
Come on.
But yeah, it's really good, so go take a look.
Yes,
and you know what, Josh? Thanks for coming on the show.
It was my pleasure.
Even though, I had to talk you into it a little bit, give you a little nudge. It was really fun having you, so I hope you come back,
I
feel welcome to come back.
This will not be the last you see of me.
Oh, sweet. That's awesome. See, now I got you on tape. So you said that. I'll play this back for you.
Dang, I probably shouldn't have said that.
Hey, that's my benefit.
Oh, man.
But yeah, and you know what? Thank you all for tuning in this week. If you liked this week's episode of Comics and Whatnot, be sure to tell us so in a review of the show on iTunes or wherever you listen to your podcasts. So yeah, please feel free to write a review, preferably a 5-star one.
Oh, stop it. Let the people do what they want.
Preferably 5-star, because this is a fun show. Come on. And
I had fun.
Yeah, see? Look, we had fun. 5 stars. And yeah, give the episode a like on YouTube, because I do have a YouTube channel. That would be so awesome. And also, don't forget that you can have some input on the show as well. I am open to reading any reviews sent in by you guys on the show and giving you a shout-out, because who doesn't love shout-outs? And the only thing that is required is that it has to be awesome and comic-related, whatever you're reviewing. So that gives you pretty much free reign. But yeah, if you would like to write your own review and get that shout-out, please send in your review to comicsandwhatnotpodcast@gmail.com, and I'll read it on the next episode. So that would be awesome. And also, I don't know if you know this, Josh, but I finished making the website for this show.
Hey, yo.
So that's really exciting. A little time round of applause for that. So yeah, please go check it out. I will link it in the description for you guys, this episode's description. And it pretty much just lists, all the episodes that we have out and everything else. So yeah, just go take a look on what's updated at the website.
Write a review, like, subscribe, do whatever. Join the CWN family. That's what I'm calling it.
CAW.
Well, and doesn't count in acronyms.
CAW.
No, but CWN for comics and whatnot.
Okay, yeah, what he said.
There you go.
Join the family, guys.
It sounds better. Okay,
exactly.
Listen to me. Listen to me, guys. Don't listen to me.
Whatever. All right. Yeah, that's true. Join the family.
Yes.
And you know what? I'll be seeing you guys on the next episode for DC Week.
Hey,
right?
yo.
Is it DC Week?
I don't know.
Oh no, I can't remember. It's either DC or Star Wars. But if
That's
it's DC, we're gonna be discussing the comic Emerald Twilight. Oh wait, no, it's not DC. It's Star Wars. Hold on. Give me a minute. I know. Give me a second. Oh no, I don't want to have to cut that out and do editing.
You'll be fine.
Hold on. Oh yeah. Okay. So not next week. I'm sorry. In 2 weeks. Okay, hold on. Let me just start this over. My bad. Okay. So I will be seeing you guys next time for Star Wars Week, where we'll be discussing the comics of the High Republic comics 1 through 6. So that's going to be super exciting.
Finally got it out.
Sorry about the little hiccup. Okay, but yeah, so that's a really good story, and that's going like full speed right now. So yeah, that's awesome. So tell your friends, and we'll see you next time. And I'll see you soon. And remember, go beyond. Plus Ultra. Plus Ultra. Woo!
We didn't say that in unison.
Do you want to try again?
Yes.
Okay.
Go beyond. Plus Ultra. There we go.
Yeah. Awesome.
I can regret that immediately.
No, it's already going up. Forget it. Bye, guys.
Bye.